Hello everybody, it's Winback, and today we're going to be playing some of the High Lord himself. Today's team comps: Alarak, Imperius, Lili, Tassadar, Jaina versus Deathwing, Genji, Ariel, Tracer, and Lunara. Your build today is going to be... well, it's not going to be the most beginner-friendly. Alarak isn't the most beginner-friendly hero in the entire world anyway, so keeping that in mind, we are going to have to play a very particular way, and things are just going to go very smoothly for us the safer that we are. Our first talent is going to be Extended Lightning. We are going to stop taking Ruthless Momentum for the foreseeable future. Big pull on Lunara just to start things off. No follow-up from the team, though. Everybody just kind of dumping spells wherever they feel like it. Deathwing is dropping down right in the middle, and Genji is going to get himself pulled into death. But our level 1 talent is a big decision change from the way that we normally play this character. Ruthless Momentum a few months back got buffed to the point where it was doing such a ridiculous amount of cooldown reduction for your W that you basically had it up all the time. You would be using it to pull people out of position and saving yourself and all sorts of stuff way more often than you should have been capable. So, what they did to offset that, because Alarak essentially became unplayable because he would be banned and picked literally every point in Storm League like there was no tomorrow, they decided to nerf that up to... the threshold for the cooldown reduction to take effect is now 80%. So if Alarak is less than 80% of his health, he does not get the cooldown reduction for his telekinesis. That being said, that is a very, very small window, and with the amount of health that Alarak has, he can eat that amount of damage in just one poke from any dedicated poke character. So it's really not great anymore, I think, because it's so simple for people to just point and click that damage onto Alarak and really stop him from getting that reduction on his W, which is ultimately, the telekinesis is where a lot of your playmaking potential and your kill finishing ability comes from. So what we've opted to take instead, our Extended Lightning, is going to be a quest talent, and it is all dedicated to our E. What that is going to do is at 5 stacks of hitting someone with the center of the lightning, not the very end, because that would be too easy. If you hit someone between Alarak and his clicked on target, you get a stack. At 5 stacks, you increase the range of your E by a significant amount, and at full 15 stacks, the area in between you and your target is now going to slow by 40%. And that is not a small slow. That is actually a huge slow. And it is going to make hitting your combo with your W and your Q even more easy than it ever was before. So, with this talent, we're essentially giving Alarak we're giving him another way to engage, to create these really opportunistic, strong, what do I call it? He's a playmaker, obviously, but we're creating bad positions for the enemy team. We're creating mistakes that are much easier for us to deal with. Looks like Tracer's going to get away. Sadly, no ranged damage on her to lay the killing blow down. Right there. Oh God, Tracer, are you sure? Okay, it's fine. Right there, what you saw was me using my lightning on the gate. And what that, I'm hoping, does is hit someone in the center, either Tracer or Ariel. The sad fact of it is that the gate has a hitbox that is targeted in the center of the gate. So, you can miss very easily in trying to aim for the gate rather than the towers, because the towers have much smaller hitboxes, much easier angles. Whereas the gate is so huge and the game doesn't know where to use. Oh, that's a 3-man Q right there. Fantastic kill from the Imperius. Really good stuff. And the Lunara is going to bite the dust as well. if you were ever interested in keeping up with your sadism, if you hover over this, the game will tell you where you're getting everything from. So as of right now, we're losing 10% for our level 1 talent, but we have got 12% from takedowns, and we have got 6% from show of force, which isn't going to change as far as this build's concerned. Everything else stays the same for this build, with the exception of the level 1 and the level 16. The level 16 is now a bit more situational, and it's going to be a bit more what you're used to. It's a comfort talent tier. But you're going to have options now because of the way that we're building our level 1. Whereas with the previous level 1, Ruthless Momentum, 16 was kind of a tier where you took mocking strikes and you further kept that cooldown reduction going. Wasn't able to get the Q cooled down in time. You gotta move forward a bit there, Lily, and push your Q button a bit harder. Or at least use your auto attacks or something to stop them from hitting your players. Anyway, so all that being said, we'll keep a track of our sadism. Right now we have 20% more than what we started with, and if we die, we lose all of that. So dying is obviously the worst possible sin we could commit with Alarak. Obviously, you don't want to die with anybody, but if you're buying into the whole persona of the High Lord anyway, you shouldn't be dying ever. You should be laying down the damage. Our Tassadar is opted to build whatever weird auto attack bullshit he's going with. So, it's definitely going to be up to us to lay down the damage. Deathwing taking out Jaina in the top lane. Not sure why you're up there after you kill the fort, but I'm not able to make your decisions for you. I can't reach through your monitor and tap keys on your keyboard. I mean, it's really unfortunate that I can't, because we may be a little bit better off. Just saying. Now, right now, I'm just looking for more opportunities to try and get the mystical third part of our extended lightning quest. After hitting 3 heroes with the center of a single cast, we get 10% of our sadism back, which is what we lost when we got it in the first place, and we get all the other bonuses. So, say you hit everybody you hit 3 people with 1 lightning right at the beginning, you get everything immediately, which is basically the high score keeping record stuff for Alarak. So if you're ever interested, put your time in the comments. I think my earliest time was probably a minute 32 on Alarak Pass. I have seen 11 seconds before, and I think that is probably the quickest, but that was Rich while the HGC was going on, and that is probably never going to get topped with the amount of people who still play this game as hard as we do. Trying to get out of that Tracer Pulse Bomb. Lily way too late with the jugs. Unfortunately, we're going to lose our Imperius, but we're saving our sadism. 122%. Plenty to keep everything going for us. The enemy team apparently not at all concerned about the rest of the map. 3 of them down here still pushing on this fort, mind you. Getting ready, I'm assuming, for that nuke that's coming up. Trying to pull some people into the tower because I want them to eat the tower aggro if at all possible, because that bitch hurts. Anytime Genji wants to step up like that, we can immediately hit our R button, which is our counter strike, and send a whole bunch of damage back his way. Not going to be the worst form of damage either, with the way that this game is shaping up. A lot of the damage that the enemy team is doing is either a dot, it's AoE, it's just kind of indiscriminate damage. So we're going to be able to hit our counter strike often, and we're going to be able to just rocket damage right back at them. It's going to be amazing. Got the slow on Tracer, going to get the full combo as well, but I don't have anything else. Imperius gets the kill. That's how we set him up for success. Ugh. Ultimately, again, Alarak is a playmaker. Come here. I am trying to hit my R right here, and I missed it because I'm on central. I was waiting until I was in front of the wall for the Ariel to hit me with her whip, and then There it was. She just whipped me, and my button's late because fucking Central. Hate it. Hate everything about it. At level 13, though, we did pick up Blade of the High Lord. This is another preference tier. I don't think this is necessarily going to change depending on how you play Alarak. So, Pure Malice is super easy all the time if your team dies, which they normally fucking do in Quick Match, let's be honest. It's always going to be an easy 40%. As long as you don't die, you're doing fine with that talent. I like Blade of the High Lord because I like to get in the faces of my enemies and punch them. And it is going to make much more sense with our 16 because that is going to pair very, very well with our auto attacks. This is essentially going to be your Deathwing destruction build. Anytime Deathwing steps up on you as an Alarak with this build, once you hit 16, he's going to lose at least 50% of his health just from your Q, your combo, and maybe 2 or 3 auto attacks. It's going to be insane. I'm hoping we highlight it very, very well because it's honestly ridiculous how much damage we can do. Now, keep in mind, the sadism is a very important part of it, so we are assuming I am not going to be able to get around this wall. Thank you, Tassadar, for not dropping it, but we do take out the Ariel, and we do take a huge chunk of damage off of Deathwing as well. Gonna hit the Tracer in the back, don't want to keep going forward there. Trying to get some healing from our Lightning as well. Tracer missing her Pulse Bombs. We are completely safe. 151% on the sadism meter, and right now we are trying to get ourselves some roasted deer. Light her up with our Q, maybe. Genji's also looking like he wants to fight, but doesn't have enough health. I don't know if he knows that he doesn't have enough health. But a lot of people don't really understand how much damage Alarak does as he scales into the game without dying. It's really actually impressive how subtle the ridiculously high uptick of damage is. Like, it's just... That's one combo. That is 75% of Lunar's health bar from my Q, my W, and my E. Absolute insanity. And then pretty soon our E is just going to be hitting just the tip of it, not even the center, is going to be hitting for a stupid amount of damage as well. It's insane to me. And people will just literally walk up to Alarak and try to fight him. Like, I'm coming for you. I know you're the carry. I'm here to ride it. Why am I dead? Billy, you didn't tell me this was going to happen. But back to the game. We have the whole of the enemy team up in the top lane going for a fort. Who cares? It's a fort. We're level 16. There is no reason for us to really defend this other than to get kills and stacks. Ultimately, Deathwing's such a massive fucking target. He's just padding my numbers. Oh, that's nice. Oh, there's a big ring. Can we get into position? I gotta get whipped. That's what happened there. I didn't realize that happened in the middle of the game. But Ariel knocked me back so I couldn't combo. And that ult from Imperius is just going to be a second too late. He's going to eat a nuke, but Tassadar is going to pick up the Lunara kill. Gotta chase. I got whipped again. I didn't have my counter-strike ready. As soon as Ariel comes onto the screen when we're chasing like that, we should just be hitting the R button. Because you know she's going to peel, and we've got a second long window to... Wow. Who just stops? Who just fucking stops? But we have a second long window to go completely unstoppable and do some major damage. Sad day. In case you weren't aware, back in the alpha days, or maybe it was beta, I'm not sure. I can't remember when Alarak came around. But his Counter-Strike used to not be unstoppable. He used to just be protected. And if you got CC'd, it would never work. It would never go off. Which, obviously, oh my god. That was a Q. That was the full combo. We hit her with our E, our W, and our Q. Poof. No more Tracer. Oh, it feels so good. Feels so good to be the High Lord. Deathwing standing still, obviously not aware that we can just destroy him with the amount of red lightning damage that we have. Tassadar opting to eat a shitload of tower shots right there at the end, too. Cool stuff. But Deathwing and Tracer are dead, so let's go take a boss after I kill this Genji. Apparently, Jaina's going to kill the Genji. It's fine. I didn't want the kill. I didn't want to beef up my numbers specifically for this video so I could show it off in the thumbnail. Whatever. Oh, you know what? Thanks for just brocking that for me. That's great. If you're ever playing into an Ariel with the Crystal Aegis, oh, please, for the love of God. Okay, well, she's gone. I think she... I don't know. She must have backed real quick. Please tell me he doesn't get away. Sigh. Jaina, let's take a look at your statistics here for a second, buddy. You've died 4 times. I've got double your damage. It's maybe time to just stop talking. Obviously, the game is being carried by yours truly, and you should just sit along and enjoy the ride. Alright, now I think my Lily player is new. I am trying to get her to pick up the nuke, because I already have one, and I don't know if she understands what that means. I'm pretty sure she's partied with the Imperious, so hopefully, like, they are telling each other what to do, but... and also, if I can make a suggestion, when you're playing Alarak, don't play with this mount. It's really difficult to see when you are... Are you diving back in? Is that a thing that you're going to try to do? Oh, there's your team. Getting out is incredibly important for us. Genji's dead, though. So now we have a whole new opportunity to turn on the enemy team. Lunara is going to eat the big one, too. And here we are. I don't know what the hell they thought they were doing. We need to kill Alarak! That's not gonna happen. Because when a player like myself is aware of how much they don't die, things are gonna go pretty bad for you. Can we get the lightning on the Tracer? And we do. I don't... What? Okay. Just because we're thinking the same thing, Jaina, does not mean I like you. So, whatever. Tassadar also with the fucking weird-ass build. I don't even understand what any of it is. Did you fucking see it just then, how much ridiculously hard-ass damage we just dumped on Deathwing? 479 per auto attack. 545 at the end. I saved the ever-living fuck out of my Lily. And we're just going to stand here and let her heal us. Because you got to get those numbers somehow. I appreciate what you're doing. Even if you're new, hang in there. It gets better. As you can see, though, this is the whole reason this build is so good at killing Deathwing. Especially when all Deathwing is doing is essentially standing still or walking at you. And you're not dying. That is an incredibly integral part of this build, is not dying. So keep that in your mind. If you're dying, you're not going to do that much damage. But if you just survive and you scale into the late game, you're going to kill so many people. And that's really the whole point of playing video games, isn't it? Releasing that pent-up aggression on random people on the internet. Ooh, Ariel dodging the ring and my W completely fucking up. We're gonna block all that damage and make sure Tracer knows who the boss is. Whew. Counter-Strike is on a ridiculously short cooldown too, so popping it basically whenever is going to be fine. Pretty much fine. Now we hit 20, we picked up our secondary ult. Obviously 20, again, it's going to be a preference tier. If you like the other abilities... Oh, you want to fight? Did you want to fight? Are you sure? Are you sure? Buddy. I think we've been on this we've gone down this road before. Lunara killing Jaina yet again and galloping away. Can't you imagine how frustrating for a player that must be? Let's go poke Genji in the ass real quick. Get some healing from our lightning. And we'll make our way up to the nuke. The objective at this point is a little bit superfluous. There were 4 people dead on the enemy team, but we opted not to finish the game for some reason. I don't know why. I won't pretend to understand the brains that are these players. I mean, new guy I get. That's fine. I don't get why the nuke was on the keep when the core is open. I also may have just stolen the absolute. Oh my god, that's half her health bar with just my ult. Just my ult. Purely my ult. We're at 180% sadism at this moment, so I hate everything that's going on here. My Tassadar has opted to go to the top lane for some dumbass reason to get a camp. So we're going to feed into the delusion a little bit and see if we can get up here and get this boss out of the way. After we get the watchtower, of course. Perfect. Now, we have a full team of 5 who are hopefully going to understand that the boss is where we need to go. Oh, there's 2 of us here. It does not take 3 people to clear a lane. It takes Jaina. Everybody else on the boss. Perfect. I'm taking. We're going to back the fuck up and let somebody else do it, because obviously I'm the most important person on the team. That's how this works. Just because I'm playing Alarak does not make it any less true. Just because I'm role-playing as an asshole doesn't make it wrong. Catching up. Didn't let it charge the full duration, which is a little bit sad. Got him. Okay. So, I just gotta show you guys a little bit something about how fucking much I hate what just happened there. Just look at that damage. Just look at that fucking damage. 2017. Getting hit by Pulse Bomb with 93 overkill. All because I had to get 13 kills. And you know what? Here's the rest of the game. Not that it fucking matters. Obviously, I put all 4 of those people on my back. It was entirely me, alone, no help. Obviously, everybody else could have just sat in the fountain and we would have been fine. Obviously, that's hyperbole, but you get what I'm saying. Alarak is and will always be the hyper carry, player killing mage. There's just no 2 ways around it. Ooh. Oh, I'm getting some votes. I gave Lily my vote because new players need to be encouraged. My assumption is that she's a new player. So I'll check that out later and maybe find out that I am really wrong. Here is the stats. 82,000 damage, highest in the room by at least 13,000. And then we have got your build. Didn't ever hit the 3-man center lightning with our level 1 quest, which is kind of sad. But extended lightning at 1, show of force at 4, dissonance at 7, 10 is going to be counterstrike, blade of the High Lord at 13, 16 lethal onslaughts. I didn't mention it in the video, but this is how you do all that ridiculous auto attack damage with Alarak. When you hit your Q, you're going to get 50% of Sadism's damage bonus to your basic attacks for 4 seconds. And then the more basic attacking you do, the longer you get it. So you just hit people stupidly hard. And then obviously I like to take Deadly Charge at 20, but it's up to you. Again, it's up to you what you want to do at 7, at 13, and 20. I took 16 here because punching Deathwing obviously makes the most sense. But you could also take, since we've taken Extended Lightning, you could take Lightning Barrage. I don't think Mocking Strikes is any good anymore because of the nerfs to Ruthless Momentum. So I don't think those 2 talents really, even though they synergize super good together, I don't think they have enough effect together to really get the job done. And I think this build is definitely going to be more reliable in the long run. But thanks for hanging in there. That was a longer one. It was Warhead Junction, after all. And, oh my God. Felt really, 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 really good to just stomp people like the old days. Thank you again for hanging out. Let me know in the comments what you thought about that video, if you thought anything at all. And we will be back tomorrow to find out just how much Protoss we can fit in 1 week.